Hey girlies, hey gays, hey theys, and welcome back to Live, Laugh, Love, Lesbian, a podcast for the girls who like girls, for the gays, for anybody who is a little bit gay, a little bit queer, whatever you like to identify yourself as. I am your host and resident lesbian big sister, Juliet Taylor, and I'm here to answer all of your guys' juiciest dilemmas, read out your craziest lesbian dating stories, and answer any questions that you may have. Thank you all so much for clicking onto the podcast today, whether this is your first time listening, whether you've listened since episode 1, whether you started listening, I don't know, episode 15, 16, I don't know, I think this might be episode 22, you know. Could be wrong, it could be 21. No, I think it might be 22, or could it be 23? I don't know, I should have checked, but whatever episode it is, welcome, enjoy, it's going to be a good one today. This is probably one of my favourite questions of the week that we have ever done. But first of all, we need to start with some updates. And I have so many updates for you all this week. It's been a week, and it's been a great week. So I'm so excited to share with you all everything that I've been up to. So as I mentioned in last week's episode, Taylor and I were travelling down to London to do some filming. I still don't think I can tell you who we were filming for and what we were filming, even though the agency that we were working with and the brand, they did post clips from the day, but I don't know if we're allowed to say that we were a part of that yet. So I will keep it very hush-hush, but I'll give you like a little rundown of what happened. So we got the train down to London on Wednesday morning. We got to London and then we had to travel to, shall I say where it was? Yeah, you're not going to know. Catford. You're not going to know what was filming in Catford last week. So we're filming in Catford, which I think is near or in Lewisham. So we got to King's Cross, then we got the tube to London Bridge. And then I was so desperate for a wee, TMI, I know, but I was like, I needed a wee. I was like, I was not going to manage another 20 minutes on the train and then getting in the taxi and getting to the place we were filming and stuff. So we went for a wee and then we had 3 minutes before the train. So we ran up the escalators and we were like, hang on, where's the train? And it had changed platforms. I had checked constantly, refresh, platform 7, platform 7, platform 7. And it changed to platform 8. But if you know London Bridge, you know it's platform 6 and 7 are on the same pathway. So if it changed to platform 6, it would have been fine. But because it was on platform 8, we had to go down the escalators and then up another set of escalators, and we're not going to have time because the train doors close 1 minute before the train goes. So there was just no chance. So yeah, gutted, but I needed my wee. Anyway, we were in contact the whole day with the people who we were filming with, and they were already running behind, so it was all good. So anyway, we got a Greggs and I had a warm vegan sausage roll for the first time in forever. I don't know why in Newcastle they're always cold, they're literally always freezing cold. But I assume maybe because it's London Bridge, lots of commuters, they've constantly got hot food flowing. So had my warm vegan sausage roll, that was great. Gave some crumbs to the pigeons, and then all the pigeons came over and I was like, oh, hi guys, don't have any more. I love pigeons. Don't know if you guys love pigeons. I love them. I think they're great. Then yeah, we got the train to Catford. We got picked up in this, I was going to say it was, I don't really know what type of car it was, but it was very fancy. There was water and snacks, and then we got driven to the place we were filming, and it was so nice. I actually did post a few clips of where we were filming on my Instagram because it didn't give away what we were filming. But there was Siamese cats there. I think there was 3 or 4, and they were so cute. And one of the one of the videos that we filmed in the room where all the cats were sleeping on the bed, so that was really cute. I was really excited about that. And yeah, we also had our hair and makeup done, which Taylor, it was such a funny experience for her. Obviously I'm used to getting my hair and makeup done, but Taylor was she didn't know what to hair, bless her. Then we got mic'd up, and then we did some filming, and then when we were finished, we got taken back to the station, and then we had a hotel in London which had been sorted out all by the company that we were working with, which was so lovely of them. Really appreciate it. So we didn't have to do the travel to and from Newcastle to London twice in one day because it's long. And we managed to get £25 rush tickets for Book of Mormon, so £50 for 2 seats, and they were such good seats. And oh my god, it was such a good show. Literally, Taylor actually, it was the best show she's ever seen, and I think it's up there with me. I have actually seen it before, but years ago, and I'd kind of forgotten what happened. Obviously I knew the vague storyline, and I know a few of the songs, but I'd kind of forgotten a few things that happened throughout the play, throughout the musical. And yeah, it was honestly hilarious. I know it's going on tour I think next year, So if you're thinking about going to see it, 100% you need to go and see it, because if you want a laugh, it's just genuinely one of the funniest musicals that I think is out there. Yeah, we had such a lovely time. So as soon as I can tell you all what we were filming, where you can find what we're filming, all of them things, I will send you or put it in the description or whatever, so you can go and watch everything we filmed and see how exciting it was, because it was a really, really fun day. And just like I said to you all last week, I'm so grateful for this podcast and for you all listening every week, because this opportunity literally came about because of the podcast, and I got to speak about the podcast. So yeah, it was just brilliant. Anyway, any more updates? Oh, I do. Some of these are just like general like lesbian updates in life. So I'm sure you've all seen that Sam Kerr and Christy Mewis are having a baby, which is so exciting. I know they're not the first lesbian football couple to have a baby together, and they certainly won't be the last, but I just think it's so exciting. I've seen memes of people being like, that baby's going to be coming out the womb backflipping like Sam Kerr, and then there was one and it was like, who is the baby, like, which, if say the baby decides to play football when they're older, they might not, and if they make it to like a professional level, it's like, who's the baby going to play for? Are they going to play for Australia? Are they going to play for the USA? And then someone said, I don't know if they have English blood or if it's just because they live in England, but someone was like, the funniest outcome would be the baby to play for England, and I was like, fair. So they're having a baby, which is so exciting. If you are one of them awful people who is giving them hate and or sending all these like horrible comments, it's actually disgusting. So stop what you're doing and grow up. So Hannah Blundell's pregnant as well with her husband. I think they got married, and I saw loads of comments being like, on like the gender reveal, being like, please tell me she's got a husband at home who's got her pregnant. And it's just like, oh my god, who cares if it's a husband that gets you pregnant, a sperm donor, like whatever it is, you just be happy that somebody's bringing a life into this world. It's cray cray. So yeah, congrats to Sam and Kirsty. If you're listening, I don't think you would be, but if you are, hey. I have had a few footballers and footballers' girlfriends like in some of my TikToks recently, and I'm like, hey guys, do you want to go on the podcast? I should just message them, shouldn't I? Be like, do you want to come on? That'd be so fun. Another big lesbian update. We had Ali win Big Brother. I actually did not watch it, but I saw clips on TikTok, and she was very proudly and openly a lesbian. So I just think that as a win for the lesbian community, getting seen, you know, on reality TV and just being the like presence and that voice in the media that children or whoever's watching need to see to, you know, feel comfortable within their sexualities. There was also who else? Oh, she didn't win, but obviously GK Barry is on I'm a Celebrity, and last night she spoke about like her coming out story, and I just think again it's so important for all these like queer children watching to see themselves represented on the TV, in podcasts, in like reality TV shows, in every aspect of the media that there is. I just think it's so important for there to be that representation, so people, you know, don't feel like when they figure out they are gay, it's not a problem, because they've seen it and they know it's a widely accepted thing. What else? Oh my god, guys, this is exciting. The blog that I did has come out, so I will link it in the description if you want to listen. Big shout out to Digitally Sigh. I think I'm saying that right. Sigh, C, I don't know, it's S-I. But yeah, I'm going to read you all the little bit that they wrote at the start of the blog, because actually it was so cute. I'll not read you the whole blog because we'll be here all day. But yeah, I will link it in the description. But if you want to find it, just search digitallysigh.wordpress.com and it will come up, and I'm the most recent one, so it should come up for you. But yeah, this is what they put. If you're someone like me who is always on the hunt for a new podcast to obsess over, then look no further as I give to you Live, Laugh, Love, Lesbian, presented by the fabulous Juliet Taylor. For all of the girls, gays and theys, this podcast focuses on all things lesbian, which is right up my street, with dilemma advice and special guests that really make it feel like a safe space for sharing queer predicaments and gaining insight from your lesbian big sister. Like, oh my god, how cute. It makes me want to cry. Just so lovely. So I really appreciate Digitally Sigh. I actually don't know what their real name is, so we'll just call you Digitally Sigh. But I really appreciate you having me on. I loved it. So yeah, if you want to go and have a read, I answered questions. I'll give you like some of the questions. So what does it mean to you to be a woman and a queer woman? Who was your gay awakening? Is there an aspect of being queer that you wish was spoken more frequently about? Tell me about your coming out story. There's loads of questions like that, so definitely go and have a little listen. Not a listen, can't listen to it. Go and have a read and let me know your thoughts. Anything else? Are we all enjoying Drag Race? I'm enjoying Drag Race. Who do we want to win? I'm Team Kyron Thrax. I do think Lavoie is brilliant, but I just think Kyron Thrax is like, I don't know, from that first episode, and it was so weird, wasn't it? That like Susie thing, like the maitre d'. But I just thought it was absolutely hilarious. So we are Kyron Thrax for the win here at Live Laugh Love Lesbian. And that episode where they brought on like their partners, their mums, their dads, their sisters. Lavoie's dad had me tearing. To be fair, I think I cried at all of them. Taylor was like on her phone, she wasn't really watching, and I kept tapping her and she would turn around and I just had tears in my eyes. It was just such a beautiful episode full of like love and acceptance and all the good vibes. But special shout out to Richard. I think Lavoie's dad was called Richard, and his drag name, voila, I just think Lavoie, I just think it's brilliant. And then what was Kyron's partner? Rubies? No. Rabies? No, it wasn't Rabies. What was it? Rubella, that's the one. Rabies, that would be an interesting drag name, wouldn't it? Yeah, no, it was just such a lovely episode, and Richard / voila was just beautiful to see, like, somebody's dad being so accepting. I loved it, I cried. It was brilliant. Last few updates, and I promise we'll get into this episode. I've got loads of updates for you all. Like I said, it's been a week. Make sure, if you haven't already, please go and vote for me for UK's podcast Top Influencer of the Year. I'll link it in the description. I was trying to think if I missed something out of what I said there. UK's Top Influencer Podcast Content Creator of the Year. It's a bit of a mouthful. Make sure you go and vote for me for that, or nominate me, whatever it is. And if you'd like to leave the podcast a review, I would be so grateful. If you're listening on Apple, I think you just click on the show and scroll all the way down to the bottom, and then you can press leave a review. Obviously, you can just give it 5 stars, or you can write a little bit about it. But I would just love that. And on Spotify, I think it's the same. I think you just press review show, then you can give it a review, or you can type out a little review. I would be so grateful. I don't know if it actually boosts the podcast to more listeners, but I would assume when people are looking for a podcast, if they can see reviews and see that people actually enjoy the episodes, then they'll be more likely to click on. So if you would like to leave us a little 5-star review, I would be so grateful. Just going to check I've not missed anything out. Filming, Sam and Kirsty, Ali winning Big Brother, I'm a celeb, vote for me. I should just wrote vote for me. Leave a review, Drag Race, and what's the word? Blog. Okay, that's all. So guys, let's get straight on into this week's episode. So guys, this week's question of the week is possibly one of my favourite ones ever. I love it. And it is, who are you putting on your Hear Me Out cake? So we have Ruby Rose and Maya Jama, and then in brackets this person put, as a gay man, they are fire. Obsessed. And then this gay man told me that I was really pretty, and I was like, oh, thank you. Then we have Leah Williamson, Alexia Putellas, Mary Earps, this person clearly likes their footballers, Young Miko, Misa Rodriguez, Alessia Russo, and, I'm going to say this wrong, Zachaira Musovic. I really think I butchered that, so I do apologise if you are listening. But yeah, that person clearly likes their footballers. This one, brilliant. My ex. Ruby Rose, Melissa O'Neill, Fletcher, Scarlett Johansson, Bridget Regan, Alex Boss, don't know. That's the one from Orange is the New Black, isn't it? Jenna Ortega, Billie Eilish. Oh, Billie Eilish, she is top of my Hear Me Out cake. She's just, I'm obsessed. I'm in love. She's beautiful. Renee Rapp, Jenna Ortega, Ruby Rose again, Miss Honey from Matilda. That's so funny. This person put Alex Voss, please. Gloria from Orange is the New Black, Gwendoline Christie, but more so as Brienne of Tarth. Can't say I've heard of that one, I'll have to have a Google. Maleficent, but the Angelina Jolie version. This person said, well, every lesbian is definitely going to say Billie Eilish, Aubrey Plaza, and Jenna Ortega. I can confirm Billie Eilish is 100% on mine. Then someone, I think, tagged their partner or someone, and they put, you baby girl. So shoot your shot. Someone put Shago from Kim Possible. This one is brilliant. The wave from Moana. I think they must mean like, near the start of the film where the waves it waves at Moana and then gives her the shell. I assume that's the specific wave you're talking about. Oh, also, whilst we're on the topic of Moana, next week I'm going to Florida. I'm going to Disney. One of my best friends in the whole wide world is getting married in Disney, and we're spending the week in Disney celebrating. So we're doing the Mickey's Christmas party at Magic Kingdom. We're visiting all the parks, and I'm staying in my dream Disney hotel. Not the whole time. We're doing 2 different Disney hotels. I'll tell you, because no one's going to come stalk me there, I don't think. So we're staying in the Port Orleans Riverside, and we're staying in the Animal Kingdom Lodge. If you don't know what the Animal Kingdom Lodge is, it is the one where you wake up and there's animals roaming, and it's giraffes and zebras and all these things. And if anyone knows me, they know that I'm the biggest animal lover, especially wild animals. I just think they're incredible and I'm in awe of them, so I can't wait to stay there. And whilst they're out there, we're going to see Moana too, so it's going to be such a good trip. Next few are very interesting. Simon Cowell. I see this next one, to be fair. Pete Wicks. He is a very attractive man. Gordon Ramsay. Can't say I've heard anyone have him on their Hear Me Out cakes before. The Ladyfish from Shark Tale. And this one I had to Google. The Hex Girls guitarist. So she is the guitarist from Scooby-Doo. Did you all just hear my dog bark there? So yeah, she's... Can you hear that? Woof! She's the guitarist from Scooby-Doo. Colin Firth. Tiana's dad. Now this one I kind of relate to, and I wish I didn't, because I know there's a lot coming out about this person being a Trump supporter. But Jojo Siwa. Not all the time Jojo Siwa. Not Bobo Jojo Siwa. Not Karma's a bitch Jojo Siwa. When was it? When you did that baseball game, she was going hair and 2 French plats Jojo Siwa. That was a nice Jojo Siwa, but because she's a Trump supporter, I think she is allegedly a Trump supporter, that makes her a lot less attractive. I do sometimes think, Jojo, you go girl. This next one made me blush. This person put me, they commented EU, and I literally replied, I was like, girl, you'll make me blush, and then they replied and was like, that was the plan, and I was like, girl. I said to Taylor, I was like, oh my god, I think someone's flirting with you. What do I say? So that's you. Shout out to you. Next one, Jane from Tarzan. Mirage, I think it's pronounced like that, from The Incredibles. The one with the blonde hair. Jinx. Is that Jinx Monsoon? Or is there another lesbian Jinx in the world? I don't know. Someone called Jinx. Carmen from Spy Kids. 100%. 1,000,000%. She's fit. Well, she was a child in the film, but you know what I mean. Carmen from Spy Kids. The Centrinians cast, I totally see that. I was obsessed with Centrinians, especially Kelly in the first one. The one who was the spy. Maybe she was part of my gay awakening because she was fit. Mina from Twice, and this person, but please Google her. So I did. So Mina from Twice, and the last one, I love it. My girlfriend. If I say anyone else, my girlfriend will probably kill me. So there is our answers to this week's question of the week. Thank you all so much for sending them in. I appreciate you all so much. And I think it's about time we got into some dilemmas. Okay, so first dilemma. I'm in love with my English teacher. I know it's wrong, but my English teacher is just so fit. I cannot focus in class because I just get distracted thinking about us together. I know we could never be together, but I just cannot stop thinking about what if she fancies me too. I know this prof sounds delulu, lol. You know what, there is something about English teachers. I know a lot of people who've had a very special connection with their English teacher. Me and my English teacher were best friends. I did not have a crush on her, but I used to sit and have lunch with her every day, and I think that was down to the fact that I had no friends, but we just got on so well. She's so lovely. We follow each other on Instagram now. She's got a baby. She's literally, she was the best teacher ever. She was just a safe space in her classroom. But I feel I have heard a lot of people say they fancy their English teachers before. So, I mean, I think, yeah, unfortunately, that is just going to have to be kept a fantasy, because I don't think you want your English teacher to get arrested for being a nonce and sleeping with an underage child. Not that I think your English teacher would do that, but you don't want to do that. So, but you're saying like you can't stop thinking about if she fancies you too. So like, is she giving you signs? Probably not. She's an English teacher. She's got her head screwed on. Yeah, I just think you're gonna have to keep that as one of your fantasies. Like, you can dream about her, but yeah, unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna work out between the two of you. I hate to say it, but yeah, I just think English teachers they're unfortunately off limits. I'm sorry to break it to you. Next one. Where should me and my girlfriend spend Christmas? I always spend it with my family and she always spends it with hers, but we want to spend it together. Help. Okay, that is a really difficult one. See, me and Taylor are quite similar. Like, I am such a home bird. Like, I always spend Christmas with my family. And Taylor, to be fair, she's a little bit more like, she's not as family orientated, even though she is very family orientated. She's a lot less family orientated than me. So we spent Christmas at my house the past few years, but that's more so just because we moved to Newcastle. Whereas this Christmas, we're actually going to spend it with her family down in Dorset, and it does, I still have like, not anxiety, but it makes me feel like, I don't know, like not great inside, because like my little granny, like we go to my granny's every Christmas and I just like feel like they'll miss me, and I know like obviously I'm an adult and I can do what I want, but I just don't know, it's just like a little tradition that we have that we always go to my granny's, but we're going to do like a Christmas after Christmas, so technically I'll just get 2 Christmases, because I can have a Christmas down with Taylor's family and I can have a Christmas with my family. But I am really excited to spend it with Taylor's family, because we've never done that before and we don't get to see them that often, obviously with us living in Newcastle and then being all the way down in Dorset. Obviously we went on holiday with them, when was it, beginning like in October. I think we left on like the 13th of October. Does that drop me thing, does that count as mid-October? I think so, yeah. So we went on holiday with them then, and it was just so nice to see everyone. They're so funny, like they're just such a great family. So we're really excited to go and stay with them for Christmas. But I can completely empathise with you, like not wanting to not spend Christmas with your family. And I think if you're still in like the early stages of your relationship, and if you're still quite young, like you are going to have plenty Christmases to spend together, especially if you're going to, get married and have kids in the future. So I think whilst you're still young, whilst your families are around, spend Christmas with your families. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to spend Christmas together. You could even spend like the morning or the afternoon, or spend some time of the day at your like respective family houses, and then meet up later in the day, or meet up on Boxing Day, or meet up on Christmas Eve, so you can still spend Christmas with your families. Or depending on how well your families get along, could you all do Christmas together? Could you like, or if if you live on like different ends of the country, it's probably not going to work. But if you live kind of close, could you bring both families together for Christmas? But yeah, I think whilst you're still young and like at the start of your relationship, don't worry about spending Christmas together, because you're literally going to have every Christmas together to spend together for the rest of your life. So spend it with your family, enjoy that family quality time, and then see each other on like Boxing Day, Christmas Eve, or later on Christmas Day. But I don't know like if you guys feel the same, but I definitely don't feel like that Christmas magic that I used to. Like, Christmas used to make me feel like tingly inside. Like, I would wake up on Christmas morning like so excited, and I just don't get that anymore. It's happened with birthdays as well. I just don't have that like buzz inside of me, and I think it is just like getting older. You don't get as many presents, and you have to go to work on your birthdays and like stuff like that. They're not as like magical as they used to be, but still, like, sometimes I miss that like Christmas sparkly fizz inside of me. It's such a magical time of year, isn't it? But I definitely think Christmas is like, it's a family time, so spend it with your families, enjoy it with your families, and you can look forward to starting like new Christmas traditions with you and your girlfriend when you get older. Like, when you have a house together, even like, there you go, when you have a house together, you can invite both of your families to your house for Christmas, so everyone's spending Christmas together. That is the plan. Okay, guys, next one is actually brilliant. I am obsessed. I'm living for it. So, I started seeing this older girl that I worked with, pretty casually, but still actively flirting on the daily, for about 4 months. It was very hush-hush in work, as she told me she didn't want to get in trouble from senior management as she was in a higher position than me. There's something about like women in authoritative roles, isn't there, though, that's like a bit sexy, like, you know, like you can't have them but you want them. So I see like why that law was there. What was it too? In a higher position than me. I found out in the middle of a shift from my boss that she had been seeing her ex-situationship of 5 years again while also seeing me. Rude. I guess better, guys. Fast forward a few months later, and her ex-situationship girl is now my girlfriend. Would have loved to be a fly on the wall when she found out that we ended up together. Oh my god. I mean, there is no better revenge than that, isn't there? Like, well, you were seeing both of us at the same time, and now we're both seeing each other, so fuck you. Like, that is just brilliant. I love it. I can't believe you had to find out from your boss, though. Like, had she, like, told her boss, or had the boss, like, seen them? Was this ex-situationship from work as well? Like, did she have a thing for, like, girls at work? I don't know. But the fact that you both ended up together is so funny. Isn't it weird, though, when people are like, oh, so how did you meet? And, oh, we met through this girl that we were, like, both seeing, but now we're dating. Brilliant. I love it. That's epic. Okay, guys. We are going to finish up with this one. I have a massive crush on my best friend. She's gay, I'm bi, but I could never ruin the friendship as she is my only friend. But it's pretty hard to get over her as the other day she wore the most goddamn hottest outfit and I defo had gay panic. I think we can all relate to the gay panic. It's happened to the best of us. It still happens to the best of us. Yeah, it's so tricky, isn't it? Like, I mean, and it's been proven in the past that you can go friends to lovers. It can be done. But you're saying she's your only friend, so I guess you're just thinking you don't want to lose your only friendship if shooting your shot doesn't work. But saying that, what's the saying we have here in Newcastle? Shy Bens getting out. If you don't shoot your shot for the rest of your life, you're probably going to think, what if? What if? You're both obviously into girls. It's not like one of you straight. Like, you're both actively out as lesbian or out as bi. So you both have had them feelings for girls in the past. So I think what's the worst thing that can happen if you shoot your shot? Even if I think we said on like a previous episode when someone was asking like how to tell their friend that they fancied them, like maybe do it when like you're a little bit drunk or tipsy and you can like make a joke out of it, you know, be like, oh, like you look so fit tonight, and like see the response, even, you know, admit your feelings when you're drunk, and then best case scenario, your friend reciprocates it and says, oh my god, I've been wanting to tell you that I'm in love with you too. Worst case scenario, they're like, ew, what the fuck, you're my friend, do not look at me in that way ever again. You wake up the next day and the nights are blurred because you were too drunk, so they won't even remember that you said that, and you can just not have to worry about it. But yeah, I think, you know, you want to shoot your shot, don't you? You don't want to live the rest of your life thinking, what if I just said, mate, I really fancy you? Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? The worst thing, I guess, is that she can reject you and then you lose that friendship. But do you not think it would be worth knowing than keeping the friendship? Because it's difficult, because I don't want you to lose your friendship, but also what's going to happen when this person gets into a relationship? I feel like the friendship is probably going to naturally break down because, one, you know that you have a crush on this friend, so you're not probably really going to like whoever they end up dating because you're going to be jealous of them, you're going to want to be in that position. And two, your friend is probably going to start spending more time with their partner than with you, so naturally you're not going to see each other as often, so you're probably going to have to go out and make some new friends, or, you know, try and make some new friends, because you're not going to see your old friend as much because they're going to be with their girlfriend. So I think shoot your shot. I think go for it. Shy Ben's getting out. Just do it. Do it when you're a bit drunk. Do it like as a bit of a joke. But, you know, like, what would you say if I said that I loved you? Or that I fancy you, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Just, what's the worst thing that can happen? I love seeing the TikToks, and I think they're definitely always fake because they've obviously like set up the camera and stuff, but it's like kissing my best friend to see if they like kiss me back. And normally I then like click on the profile and realise like they're actually a couple. I saw it was Abby and Leisha from My Kiss to Girl, Abby did a TikTok being like recording like Leisha sat on the other, recording Leisha sat on like the other side of the tube, and it was like, TikTok, do your thing. Like, me and this masked lesbian kept making eye contact on the tube, but I didn't get her TikTok or whatever. Like, TikTok, do your thing and like find her for me. I'm like, you're already a couple, but I mean, get them views, get those comments, get the follows, get the likes. I don't blame you. But I think a lot of people used to do that trend like when they were already dating someone. But have you all seen it? Do you know what I'm talking about? Or am I just chatting shit and you're thinking, what the hell? Anyway, I will stop talking about that. I think that is all of our dilemmas for today. Thank you all so much for sending them in. If anybody else has a dilemma or a question or a story that you would like to send in, head to the description of the podcast and I will link the Google form and you can send it over. Don't think it has to be this like big, massive, crazy story. It can just be something little, something, nothing like totally crazy that's happened to you. It can be totally chill or it can be totally wild, like the handcuff story, like the farting. That was so funny, wasn't it? I love that. They're definitely two of my favourites, and I talk about them every week, but I don't care because it's so funny. Yeah, it can be any level of craziness. Your question can literally be anything. I'll answer anything. I just want to, like I say at the start of the podcast every week, I want to be here as your lesbian big sister and feel like you guys can have this safe space in this community to ask your questions, to share your stories, and to, get these dilemmas off your chests and, get a little bit of a laugh out of it, hopefully. Like I always say, I'm laughing with you. I'm never laughing at you. I'm always laughing with you because I hope that you can all see the light and the funny side of these situations. Because if not, I mean, to be fair, if a lot of these things that you guys said had happened to me, I probably would crawl up in a hole and cry. I'm trying to think of anything really, really embarrassing has ever happened to me. You know what? I'm going to touch wood. I don't actually think it has. Like, nothing like crazy. The most weird thing I can think of, it was years ago, and I was drinking something and I started laughing. I like snorted loads of water out my nose and I was really embarrassed. But I was with a group of girls that I went to dance with, so it wasn't like I'd embarrassed myself in front of someone I fancied. Yeah, I think I'm quite lucky, so I'm going to touch wood one more time that nothing too crazy has ever happened to me, but there's no need to be embarrassed. Come and send us your stories and we will all laugh together. We'll help you out with some advice and just have a little safe space so we can all chat about these crazy experiences we've had in the LGBTQ plus community. I do have a really exciting guest coming on the podcast. I'm hoping, so I go away next Tuesday and I'm away Tuesday. I think I fly back on the Thursday. I'll do my best to get some podcasts pre-recorded, so there should definitely be one coming out next Thursday. That was a loud clap, I'm sorry. Headphone users, soz. Yeah, there should definitely be an episode coming out next Thursday because on Sunday I'm interviewing someone really exciting. Shall I just tell you all? Okay, I'll tell you all. So I'm interviewing, I was going to say one of my friends. Technically they are my friend, but we are friends because of Taylor. So it's one of Taylor's friends and he is a trans man. I just thought it would be really interesting to bring him on, and he's literally said like he's an open book. He's happy to answer any questions. So please, if anyone has any questions that you've like any burning questions that you've always wanted to ask someone, Alex will answer them for you. And yeah, I just think it'd be really, really interesting to have somebody on who can share their story, share their experience, because you never know who's listening to the podcast, or even you might be listening and you might know somebody who's going through something similar, and be able to send the episode to them and they can get some answers and just have a little bit of comfort in knowing that they're not alone in like what they're going through. So yeah, on Sunday I'm going to interview Alex and that will come out Thursday the 4th of December. I don't know my dates, and then I fly back. No, it's not the 4th. Let's get a calendar up. Calendar. Do MacBooks have calendars? They do. Let's tell you all. Next Thursday is the 27th, is the 28th, and then the Thursday after is the 5th. So on the 28th, we'll have our episode with Alex. Please send over any questions or even like a dilemma that you want to send in for Alex to give a little bit of advice on. And then on the 5th, hopefully though, I think I fly home on the 5th. No, fly home on the 6th. But yeah, hopefully there will be an episode on the 5th. If not, I'll be back the week after chatting with you all, and we can start getting even more excited for Christmas. I feel like once I get back from Disney, I'm going to be in the most like Christmassy mood ever, because Disney's all going to be decked out for Christmas. It's just, oh, I can't wait. And it's, what the hell was that? It was the biggest crash. Not a car crash, like a, something dropped. Probs, one of the dogs. What was I saying? Yeah, it's going to be warm. Can't wait. And it's not going to be like too warm. Like if you've been to Florida in July, it's disgustingly hot. I've never been in December. If you've been in December, let me know what type of clothes to pack. Like, is it like shorts and t-shirts weather? Is it like summer dress weather? Or am I going to need like leggings and a cardi and a jacket? Is it going to be a bit chilly? Because I don't really know. And I don't know what to wear for the wedding, because it's outside. I'm going to be sitting down. I don't want to just be like sweating and sticky and like in the sun. There might be shade. Do you think there'll be shade? I don't know. And I think the wedding's at like the reception starts at like 9:30 in the morning. So chances are it's going to be going on until like midday, when the sun is going to be like blazing. So I really need to like do a bit of research on how hot it's going to be. If anyone wants to tell me how hot it's going to be, please do. Let's wrap up this episode, guys. One final thing to say: make sure you subscribe to the podcast, download, turn on a notification bell, like whatever it is that you do. Like I mentioned last week, the pod is now available on YouTube, so give us a subscribe and a like. On Apple Podcasts, download, follow the show, and make sure you leave us a review, and don't forget to nominate us for UK's Top Influencer Podcast Content Creator of the Year. Anything else? I don't think so. Thank you all so much for listening, and I can't wait to be back in your ears next week with another episode. I love you all so much. Have a fabulous week, and I'll speak to you all later. Bye!